Keep making your notes with me, okay? And Elman Service, okay? So they both are renowned neo-evolutionists. Okay? Renowned neo-evolutionists. What make them different? They refined revolutionary theory. Okay? So they refined evolutionary theory. Okay? Just a moment. How they did? By distinguish So by distinguishing general evolution and specific evolution. General and specific evolution. Now, their ideas help modernize classical evolutionism. Okay? So what you people have to remember? Marshall Sahlins and Almond Service were important. Both scholars collaborated and have written a lot of books, and they were trying to explain, please write down, evolution and culture. Okay? So एक book उन्होंने लिखी, evolution and culture. Okay? So evolution and culture. So they try to rescue evolutionary theory from criticism by making it more scientific and flexible. Okay? So इन्होंने भी इस थ्योरी को बहुत ज्यादा साइंटिफिक और फ्लेक्सिबल बनाया. So they tried to save classical evolutionism. Okay? So this is what you people have to understand. That is why they are neo-evolutionists. So they did agree that okay, they cannot. There is no. We do not have linear progressive ways by which culture is evolving and developing. But they did argue that evolution is bad. So society is changing. It is changing gradually, and we need to focus on that. And they did now prove with scientific evidences. So they argued societies do evolve. ठीक है, तो इनका आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या था? इनके आर्ग्यूमेंट से societies do evolve. Okay? Societies do evolve, but evolution does not follow one rigid ladder. Change can be both broad and diverse. Now you need to know about two important points, what they said with respect to general evolution or specific evolution. Okay, so be clear with his explanation on general evolution. Okay, so it is the long term overall increase So general evolution refers to, keep making your notes. Yes, yes. Yes. We have together written a book. The long term, the long term overall increase overall increase in cultural complexity okay, adaptation, organizational capacity, organizational capacity of human societies. So over long periods, humanity have moved from simpler to more complex system. Okay, so ये याद रखना over long periods. This is what we need to highlight. Over long periods, humanity has moved, okay, from simpler to more complex system. Okay, now you need to see small bands, okay, tribes, chiefdoms, states, industrial societies. political anthropologists. They both were known as political anthropologists. They are known as, and they are just explaining that how we must see and analyze political power dynamics in simple societies. So what they are explaining, this, this does not mean, highlight this does not mean that every society follows the same route. But human history overall shows increasing complexity. Overall, but human history shows overall increasing complexity. Okay. Now you will have to write down examples. So whenever you are explaining, you need to write examples. So write down examples such as writing system, agriculture, cities, bureaucracies, technology. So these all have evolved gradually. Okay, so writing systems, agriculture, cities, etc. So this is what they have explained, general evolution. Now specific evolution. Now specific evolution, it means individual societies develop in different ways. In different ways, depending on local environment. Depending on local environment, history, contact, and innovation. Environment, history, contact, innovation. Okay, so it means that you do have a general evolution and we also have specific evolution. Examples can be irrigation systems, irrigation states in river valleys. तो जो भी river valleys थी वहां पे irrigation बना. Maritime trade kingdoms, maritime trade kingdoms, pastoral chiefdoms, industrial capitalist states. Thus, evolution is multilinear and not, so evolution is multilinear, not unilinear. So this theory is very important because it solved the old debate. Classical evolutionists said that all society pass same stages. Bossian said, write down, classical evolutionists said all societies passes same stages. Okay, तो हमेशा ये याद रखना है कि क्लासिकल एवोल्यूशनिस्ट का कहना था savagery, barbarian civilization, Bossinian का कहना था each culture is unique, historical particularism. Okay, अब Sahlin and Service ने क्या किया? They are arguing that both contain truth. There is a broad long-term development, general evolution, macro, okay, evolutionists. But each society follow unique pathways, specific evolution. Okay, so you can say कि इन्होंने क्लासिकल एवोल्यूशनिस्ट की पॉइंट्स को भी एग्री किया और हिस्टोरिकल पर्टिकुलरिज्म के पॉइंट्स को भी एग्री किया. ओके, सो मॉर्गन जो बोल रहे हैं, टेलर जो बोल रहे हैं, राइट, मेन जो बोल रहे हैं, इन सबको भी एग्री किया. उसको उन्होंने जनरल एवोल्यूशन बोल दिया और हिस्टोरिकल पर्टिकुलरिज्म बॉस्टनियन जो यूनिक पैटर्न की बात कर रहे हैं उसको स्पेसिफिक एवोल्यूशन. क्लियर है? इज दिस क्लियर? अब एल्विन सर्विस एक्चुअली बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहेंगे हमारे पॉलिटिकल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी के लिए, इसलिए मैं भी आप लोगों को लिखवा रही हूँ. प्लीज राइट डाउन. एल्विन सर्विस is also known for classifying political organization. तो उन्होंने ये चीज एक्सप्लेन करी है. Political evolution. Hellman Service is also known for classifying political organization into band. पहला उन्होंने कहा कि पहले बैंड है, फिर ट्राइब, फिर chiefdom, then state, and this become a major framework in political anthropology. Okay, Alvin Service का contribution समझ में आ गया. Now write down Marshall Sahlins that you have covered in economic anthropology, if you remember. Reciprocity. Marshall Sahlins explained reciprocity, gift exchange, original affluent society. So he linked economy with evolutionary adaptations. So you can write down one line conclusion. Sahlins and Service showed that humanity evolves generally as a species but societies evolve specifically in many different ways. So we have learned that Marshall Sahlins and Alvin Service made major contribution to Neo-Evolutionary anthropology through their distinctions between general and specific evolution. Okay, presented in Evolution and Culture. तो ये book का नाम है. So they attempted to revive classical evolutionary theory. ठीक है, and basically 19th century में जो criticism हुआ था उसके वजह से. So he explained what is general evolution. So you can see general evolution refers to broad long-term tendency of human societies towards increasing complexities, adaptive capacity, okay, and organizational scale. किस तरीके से कौन से parameters पे अपने आप को organize किया है. Okay, so human history shows movement from simple hunting bands to agriculture chiefdoms, state and industrial societies. Okay, however, this does not This does not imply one uniform path. Okay? Now, they both spoke about specific evolution. So, specific evolution refers to the unique developmental paths followed by individual societies depending on ecology. Okay? जो भी ecology है, historical contact है, innovations है, social circumstances है. Basically, France boasts का argument. ठीक है? Or every society developed in a unique pathways, in a unique manner. So thus societies evolve according to local conditions. Now this distinction was significant. Why? Because it reconciled, लिखना है ये, ठीक है? मैंने लिखवाया भी. Reconciled the classical evolutionary emphasizes on change with the Gaussian stress on cultural uniqueness. लिखवाया है वैसे मैंने ये. You can write down. It is important because it reconciled the classical evolutionary emphasis on change with the Gaussian, B-O-A-S-I-N, Gaussian stress on cultural uniqueness. Okay, and they both have explained further in political anthropology. So Hellman Service has given the major framework for how societies politically got organized. Same with Sahlins, who later explained studies of reciprocities and primitive economies. Okay. Now you need to know that critics argue, critics argue that complexity should not be equated with progress. And that the theory sometimes neglects colonial domination and unequal power relations. Critics argue that complexity should not be equated with progress, and that the theory sometimes neglects colonial domination and unequal power relations. So I hope you people have got clarity over neo-evolutionist perspective, and we have discussed Sahlins and service. Okay. So overall, you can see that we have discussed almost all theories with respect to culture and evolution on societies. So all theories are only providing us framework, perspective. We do not have to judge it. We do not have to argue that this particular theory is correct or this is incorrect. This is making more sense. It is not making. All we need to know that which thinkers, which anthropologists have said what and why he has said, and what is your opinion. You cannot just simply write it down their theories. This is what's missing in aspirant answers. Okay, we do not want academicians that you people are just giving us references. What you also think, that is also important. Okay, fine. So in next we are going to discuss postmodernism.